Caribou are cyclic, and a lot of cases it's a natural phenomenon that they will go up and down just like many other populations. However, the concern here is that there's so many factors that are coming together at the wrong time. It's called a perfect storm. So the numbers have actually declined all across the Arctic. And the one herd that I work with, the Qamanirjuaq herd, it's the largest remaining caribou herd in the world. And unfortunately, there are signs that it's declining too. The reasons for this is that it's called cumulative effects. One of the native people said, well, our term for that is things add up. So you have climate, you have weather, you have predators, you have hunting is a factor, no question about it. And because of development in the Arctic, disturbance on the range and disturbance to the habitat is a real potential problem that could result in the herds not rebounding like we would like to see them do. The northern communities in Manitoba that depend on these caribou coming down annually, it's a huge economic benefit to the community. If they had to replace that meat with probably less nutritious food, it would not be appropriate, it would not be as healthy, and it would be extremely more expensive. So we have calculated that the annual harvest that we hope is renewable is worth over $20 million annually to the communities that depend on caribou. And Manitoba communities such as Tuduli Lake, Lac Brochet, Brochet, and South Indian Lake. It's an economic factor as well as a social and economic and health factor as well. It's also important to Canadians to know that these vast herds that characterize the Canadian Arctic are still there. If they were to disappear, I think everybody that knows resources, knows Canadian heritage, knows culture, would be absolutely devastated. Like, it's just another indication that we have to work together with everybody to keep this national treasure alive and thriving. We have to do more work with the communities, with the young folks, to talk about the conservation and to establish what the communities need and get the message across that it's kind of like, take what caribou you need, but use them wisely, use the whole animal. We have to work with industry to make sure that the important habitats like the calving grounds, the post-calving areas, and the water crossings are kept free from disturbance. And so it's only a small portion of the entire Nunavut and Northwest Territories area, but we think, that's the breadbasket for caribou. That's where they thrive, that's where they grow, that's where they regenerate. And so I think that will be a main push, is to hope that those important habitats are secure and that there's a strong education campaign with the communities to, first of all, get them to realize the value of these animals, and that unless we all work together, they will not be around forever in the way we've known them to be. We have 2 meetings a year. One we try to hold near or close to the communities so that people can come in and we can have a public meeting and chat with the folks about what's important to them. And those meetings are basically to plan our strategies, to review our programming, to invite the communities and other organizations like the World Wildlife Fund and Tides Canada in to actually sit with the board and work with us and find out the good work we're doing and go forward from here. The other thing is just developing a strategy with the board and saying, here's where we're going, here's where we need to be, what do we see happening 10 years down the road? So I think for me, it's a blessing that I'm able to be working still in the profession that I love. When, with our children and our grandchildren, they're watching. They watch our every move, they watch how we react, and I think one of the things that we can pass on for future generations is volunteerism is important, and you may give of your time and talent and treasure as a volunteer, but you get back much more than that.